The one thing that's true about football and always will be true about football is that it is a numbers game, and that includes youth football too. And what we want to talk to you today is about the youth defensive section because we've moved some things around when we went from 1.0 to 2.0, and we want to address something we talked about before, but it's going to come up each year, so we want to make sure that we're specifically talking about it when it does come up, and that's playing two high safeties at the youth football level. Now you can see for the youth football level now we're talking about 12 and younger, and we also just want to put in a asterisk that we understand a 12-year-old, a certain 12-year-old might play like a 14-year-old, and I mean there might be 14-year-olds that play like a 12-year-old. But we're talking about the ability to win the football game with the player's arm. And so we're in the 4-4 right here, and we've had some coaches ask us about just two deep defenses. Now you can see for the most part, we'll go to the 4-4 base right here in our youth football defensive section. And when you bring this up, you can see we fit the 4-4 up against 15 different offensive formations. But as we scroll down, and we don't even have to open up each one of these to show you, but you're going to notice that the middle of the field is closed. There's a free safety in each one of these. And that is because, and we'll open up one of them right here. We'll open up shoot because that's a good example. That regardless of how much the offense spreads the field on you, we feel like you should keep the middle of the field closed, load the box up, because essentially even if they take these wing backs and spread them out here in some type of spread offense, essentially if that quarterback can't take the game over with their arm, meaning throw the ball down the field, really what they're doing is they're spreading you out so the quarterback can actually run the football themselves. Or maybe understand that there are some leagues that you can't just have the quarterback run it every play. They're trying to spread it out so they can have the running back take over the game. So our suggestion is keep the middle of the field closed, keep the numbers in your favor, and encourage blocking and tackling inside the box here. And when these players get older, 13, 14, 15, these outside receivers are going to come more into play. And so, in our opinion, probably the best thing for a youth football program is to have these guys in tight. And if you're a defensive coach, you should make them bring them in tight by really not giving a whole lot of respect to the quarterback's arm or these wideouts out here. Now, once again, we're talking about quarterbacks that are 12 or under. But let's back up here for a second. We want to let you know that we understand that there are even some leagues that require you to play two deep safeties. We're not really sure why that rule's in place. It may be for safety, but that's not, in our opinion, doing a whole lot for the safety issue. But let's go over here. You're going to find that here at the bottom. And so, obviously, if it's a too high safety situation, then you're going to have a 4-3 and not a 4-4. So we'll open up the same shoot formation, and you can see all we've really done is take one of the safeties or one of the backers and made them a safety. Still trying to play it kind of like a two-man situation to where you're playing man coverage underneath. The Mike backer has the running back. Both safeties are free, but they're keying the quarterback. Once again, wouldn't necessarily have these guys that deep because I'm not sure that the go route or a post or anything like that is something this quarterback is going to necessarily be able to take the game over with. So let's just go back, youth defense, so you can understand exactly where you're going to find these things. When you go into our first down playbook youth defense, you're going to see we've got 5 different defensive fronts. Now, we only give you a 2 deep look out of a 4-4, which I just told you is really a 4-3 2 deep, and a 5-3, okay, which it's a 5-2 2 deep. And so we don't do it out of a 6-2, 5-3 under, or a bear because those fronts are really not conducive to playing too deep. But if you need to find those, that's where you're going to find them right here. And once again, we'll constantly be adding to these sections. And if you've got questions, let us know. We'd be glad to help you out any that we can because we understand there are a lot of different rules out there for youth football depending on what league you play in.